In a realm where innovation and tradition constantly collide, there exists a story of ambition, sacrifice, and a relentless pursuit of progress, a story that challenges our very understanding of heroism and failure. This is the tale of Viktor, a man whose vision nearly reshaped an entire city, a visionary who dared to stand against the tides of complacency and decay in Piltover. As we set the stage for this extraordinary narrative, it is important to appreciate the broader atmosphere in which Viktor's journey unfolds, a world where the brilliant gleam of progress is often tempered by the harsh realities of resistance and the unforeseen consequences of radical change. Before diving into the intricate details of his struggle and triumph, let us consider the landscape of ideas and ambitions that serve as the backdrop for Viktor's endeavors. Piltover, a city celebrated for its technological prowess and its innovative spirit, is more than just a collection of buildings and bustling streets. It represents a beacon of modernity in a universe where the potential for transformation is as immense as the challenges that come with it. Within this environment, the seeds of conflict were sown long before Viktor's name became synonymous with both hope and controversy. At its core, the narrative invites us to reflect on the delicate balance between progress and preservation. Viktor's journey is not simply a chronicle of mechanical ingenuity or scientific breakthroughs. Rather, it is an exploration of the human condition at a time when the promise of a brighter future comes with its own set of risks and moral dilemmas. It is a reminder that every leap toward the future carries with it a shadow, a complexity that defies easy answers or simple categorizations. The tale of Viktor beckons us to examine these dualities without falling prey to oversimplification. The story unfolds in a setting where the forces of innovation are as dynamic and unpredictable as the natural world itself. Here, the interplay between advanced technology and time-honored tradition creates a crucible of ideas, ambitions, and fears. Viktor emerges as a figure molded by this environment, a man whose inner drive is fueled by a passion to improve, innovate, and ultimately to save a city on the brink of transformation. His journey is a microcosm of a larger debate that has echoed throughout the annals of history. Can the pursuit of progress justify the means, and what price must be paid for the promise of a better tomorrow? Yet, even as the narrative hints at a future replete with both hope and turmoil, the prologue refrains from delving into the specifics of the conflicts and alliances that will later be revealed. Instead, it offers a glimpse into the emotional and philosophical landscape that defines this epic of change. There is an inherent tension in the air, a sense of inevitability and urgency that pervades the streets of Piltover. It is this atmosphere that shapes every decision, every breakthrough, and every setback that Viktor encounters along his perilous path. The stage is thus set with a backdrop of contrasts: light and shadow, progress and peril, aspiration and resistance. In this crucible of innovation, every element seems poised on the brink of transformation, yet every moment carries the potential for unforeseen consequences. The narrative does not rush to detail the players or the intricate web of events that intertwine with Viktor's personal crusade. Rather, it invites you to prepare your mind for a journey into the heart of a city where hope and danger dance hand in hand. As we prepare to explore the depths of Viktor's motivations, challenges, and the pivotal moments that nearly altered the fate of Piltover, it is essential to acknowledge the subtle interplay of ideas and forces that have brought us to this juncture. The story is not merely about one man's struggle, but about the universal conflict between the desire for radical improvement and the immutable nature of tradition, a conflict that resonates far beyond the confines of any single city. In the chapters that follow, we will uncover layers of ambition, ethical quandaries, and technological marvels that define this epoch. But for now, let us stand at the threshold of Viktor's world, a realm where every innovation carries both promise and peril, and where the line between salvation and downfall is as thin as the edge of a finely honed blade. Welcome to a journey of intrigue and insight, a journey into the life of Viktor, the man who almost saved Piltover. The narrative is propelled by a diverse array of groups, each holding a distinct function in the unfolding events. At the forefront are those whose minds are tuned to the pulse of innovation. This faction is composed of individuals who believe that every challenge is an opportunity to reimagine what is possible. They champion the radical and the unorthodox, acting as the intellectual engine behind breakthroughs. With their passion for progress, they act as catalysts, sparking conversations about the future of technology and the possibilities that lie just beyond the horizon. Their role is to test the boundaries of current paradigms, pushing relentlessly for change and new methods of thinking. Alongside these innovators is the structured body of civic governance. This collective is charged with the maintenance of order and the stewardship of the city's affairs. They are responsible for enacting policies, overseeing public works, and ensuring that any transformative projects adhere to established norms. Although they are not the originators of radical ideas, their influence is substantial. They decide which proposals move forward and which ideas must be reined in, serving as both regulators and gatekeepers. Their presence brings a necessary counterbalance to unchecked experimentation, ensuring that the march toward progress is measured and deliberate. Another integral group is formed by the scholarly institutions and research collectives. These academies and think tanks provide the intellectual foundation on which ambitious projects are built. They carry the mantle of rigorous inquiry, scrutinizing every detail and building theoretical models that underpin practical innovations. Their contributions are not just technical. They offer insights into the ethical and societal implications of new technologies. In doing so, they shape the intellectual environment, offering a lens through which radical ideas are examined and refined before being applied on a grand scale. Equally significant is the segment of society represented by artisans, laborers, and working-class citizens. This group brings a pragmatic perspective to the debate on change. Their everyday experiences and skills offer a counterpoint to abstract theory, grounding innovative endeavors in the realities of daily life. They provide the essential labor and technical know-how that transform blueprints and theories into tangible outcomes. By doing so, they ensure that even the most visionary projects remain connected to the practicalities of implementation, influencing both design and execution in subtle yet essential ways. Complementing these internal forces is the network of commercial interests that spans the metropolis. Comprised of merchants, financiers, and industry leaders, this faction wields significant economic clout. Their involvement is crucial, as the success or failure of ambitious projects often hinges on the availability of resources and the willingness of investors to back bold initiatives. They scrutinize proposals through the lens of feasibility and profitability, providing the necessary capital and market insights that can either buoy a project to success or cause it to falter under financial constraints. Parallel to these established bodies are those tasked with enforcing order and upholding legal standards. The regulators, security forces, and legal experts form a disciplined contingent whose responsibilities include overseeing that any shifts in the city's technological and social landscapes comply with statutory norms. Their role is pivotal in ensuring that the process of transformation does not descend into chaos. By monitoring the implementation of new systems and technologies, they act as a stabilizing force, attempting to reconcile rapid change with the enduring need for order. There exists also a cohort of individuals who stand in quiet opposition to sweeping changes. These dissenters, driven by a deep-seated commitment to long-standing customs, view radical transformations with a measure of suspicion. Their participation is subtle yet significant. They remind everyone involved that progress, when too swift or unbridled, may come at the cost of cherished traditions. By advocating for caution and measured steps, they serve as a counterweight to the fervor of unmitigated ambition, ensuring that every stride forward is balanced by a respect for the past. In a more covert spectrum of influence operates a loosely connected network of independent engineers and unconventional thinkers. Often operating outside the mainstream channels, these contributors bring fresh perspectives that defy standard categorization. Their ingenuity is manifested in methods that are unconventional and rarely visible to the wider public. Despite their discreet presence, their technical expertise and experimental approaches offer invaluable insights. They function as the wild card in the equation of progress, a reminder that sometimes the most transformative ideas arise from unexpected quarters. Further deepening the complexity of the scene are the custodians of heritage and cultural continuity. This faction is composed of individuals and institutions devoted to preserving the city's historical narrative and traditional practices. They serve as the living memory of a community, ensuring that in the rush toward a futuristic vision, the soul of the city remains intact. Their contribution is not antagonistic, but rather a grounding influence, one that fosters a dialogue between what has been cherished for generations and what is being envisioned for tomorrow. Lastly, there is a group of impassioned supporters whose alignment is tied directly to the revolutionary spirit embodied by Viktor. These followers and sympathizers provide the moral and emotional impetus for daring endeavors. Their unwavering belief in the potential for a better future fuels the energy behind every initiative. They operate on a level that transcends institutional boundaries, offering both grassroots support and ideological reinforcement. Their role is to galvanize those around them, to create an atmosphere where even the most audacious plans are seen as a necessary evolution of society. Each of these factions plays a critical, distinct role in the overall tapestry of events. Their contributions, whether through innovation, regulation, scholarly input, practical labor, financial backing, legal oversight, cautious dissent, unconventional experimentation, cultural preservation, or fervent support, combine to form a complex ecosystem. This intricate interplay is what drives the narrative forward, setting the stage for a series of transformative events that challenge the established order while striving to redefine the future of Piltover. Long before the critical juncture was reached, a series of gradual transformations had been taking place in the city, each laying the groundwork for a momentous shift in its destiny. Over the span of many cycles, subtle changes in ideology, infrastructure, and the very fabric of everyday life converged to create an atmosphere ripe for upheaval. The city, long celebrated for its stability and careful adherence to tradition, began to show signs of strain as emerging ideas and innovative practices slowly eroded the comfort of the familiar. Economic forces played a significant role in this evolving scenario. For years, the steady growth of commerce and industry had fueled an unprecedented era of prosperity, yet this boom was accompanied by unforeseen pressures. The rapid expansion of trade networks and industrial enterprises introduced both competitive fervor and a widening gap between various socio-economic groups. While many celebrated the promise of modernization and a future defined by efficiency, others found themselves disoriented by the sudden pace of change. This economic dichotomy sowed seeds of discontent that would later manifest as a broader societal debate over the best path forward. In parallel with these financial currents, the intellectual and technological landscapes were undergoing their own transformations. As new theories and methodologies emerged from research institutions and experimental workshops, an undercurrent of ambition began to ripple through the community. These innovative impulses, though initially confined to the realm of ideas and prototypes, steadily gained momentum. A sense of urgency grew among those who believed that the traditional ways were no longer sufficient to address the complexities of a modern world. They argued that existing systems had become obsolete, incapable of meeting the challenges posed by a rapidly changing environment. At the same time, the infrastructure that had long supported the city's steady pace began to show its vulnerabilities. Outdated systems and protocols, once considered reliable, started to falter under the increasing demands of modern life. This deterioration was not abrupt, but rather a slow process of decay and obsolescence that crept into the public consciousness. The realization that established methods were failing to keep pace with progress ignited discussions about the need for a comprehensive overhaul. In many ways, the condition of the city's infrastructure became a silent testament to the inevitability of transformation, even if the precise form of that change remained uncertain. Social dynamics were also shifting beneath the surface. Communities that had long coexisted in relative harmony found themselves divided by contrasting visions of the future. On one side were those who embraced the promise of innovative technologies and progressive reforms, confident that these changes would lead to an era of enlightenment and improved living conditions. On the other, there were those who viewed such rapid changes with suspicion, clinging to the comfort of familiar routines and established customs. This tension, though initially subtle, gradually intensified, creating an undercurrent of discord that permeated public discourse and community interactions. Environmental factors further compounded the situation. The city's relentless pursuit of expansion and modernization had taken its toll on natural resources and urban landscapes. Infrastructure that once symbolized human ingenuity now faced the challenges of sustainability and resilience in the face of unanticipated ecological pressures. These environmental concerns added another layer to the growing debate, emphasizing the need to balance progress with responsibility. The consequences of unchecked expansion were becoming increasingly evident, prompting a call for innovative solutions that could harmonize human ambition with the demands of a fragile ecosystem. Amid these converging forces, the cumulative impact of past decisions began to cast long shadows over the present. Policies that were once implemented to secure economic growth and social order started to reveal their limitations as the complexity of modern challenges outpaced the capacity of traditional governance. The systems of regulation and oversight, designed for a different era, struggled to adapt to the new realities. This growing sense of inadequacy among the established institutions added to the overall uncertainty, setting the stage for a dramatic rethinking of priorities and approaches. Moreover, a series of smaller, seemingly isolated incidents served as harbingers of the impending transformation. Each minor disruption, whether it involved technical malfunctions, logistical delays, or unexpected public outcry, contributed to an emerging narrative of change. These incidents, although not catastrophic on their own, cumulatively underscored the fragility of the status quo and hinted at the potential for more significant disruptions on the horizon. They collectively signaled that the forces of transformation were not a distant possibility but an imminent reality. In this complex and ever-shifting context, the stage was being meticulously prepared for a defining moment in the city's history. The interplay of economic strain, intellectual awakening, infrastructural decay, and social tension coalesced into a multifaceted catalyst for change. The accumulated pressures, once benign and easily dismissed, now demanded a radical reassessment of what was possible. It was within this intricate web of influences and pressures that the situation leading to the monumental event quietly evolved. The convergence of diverse forces had rendered the city both vulnerable and primed for a transformation that would irrevocably alter its course, setting the scene for events that would test the limits of innovation and tradition alike. The evolution of the events unfolds in several distinct phases that chart the path from early experimentation to a complex interplay of ambition and resistance. In the initial stage, bold experiments and daring proposals were set into motion. This period was marked by the surge of innovative projects, spearheaded by those determined to push the boundaries of what was possible. In research halls and modest workshops alike, concepts that challenged the established order began to circulate. These projects were not yet fully formed, but they laid the foundation for what would eventually emerge as a sweeping movement. During this period, the seeds of radical ideas were sown, with each new proposal hinting at transformative potential even as practical challenges loomed on the horizon. Progressing from early experiments, the next phase saw these pioneering initiatives evolve into concrete prototypes and preliminary implementations. Here, theoretical constructs were gradually transmuted into tangible devices and systems. In laboratories and makeshift testing grounds, prototypes were refined, calibrated, and subjected to rigorous trials. This stage was characterized by a relentless pursuit of perfection, where every iteration brought with it both excitement and setbacks. The experimental nature of these ventures demanded constant adaptation and innovation, as unexpected technical hurdles and unforeseen consequences began to emerge. The gradual transition from concept to reality was punctuated by an increasing awareness of the risks inherent in such uncharted territory. Following the period of tangible experimentation, a critical phase unfolded where the implications of these innovations started to ripple outwards. With functional prototypes now in hand, attention turned to the feasibility of integrating these groundbreaking systems into the existing framework. This integration process was complex, involving extensive tests in real-world scenarios, detailed assessments of safety and sustainability, and collaborative efforts among various experts. During this stage, the practical benefits of the innovations began to be weighed against the challenges they posed. Stakeholders scrutinized the data and outcomes from initial implementations, sparking intense debates over the viability and long-term impact of these transformative ideas. As the experiments transitioned into broader implementation, the events entered a phase marked by the scaling up of operations and the expansion of pilot projects. This period was defined by a series of organized demonstrations and controlled deployments, where new systems were introduced in select areas under close observation. The aim was to gather comprehensive feedback and to determine how these advances could coexist with established practices. In this phase, enthusiasm was met with caution, and every success was accompanied by meticulous evaluations designed to identify potential vulnerabilities. The gradual expansion underscored the dual nature of progress. Every step forward was carefully measured, balancing ambition with the need for stability and reliability. In parallel with the technical and logistical advances, the narrative witnessed the rise of coordinated efforts among various groups. These collaborative ventures were crucial in bridging the gap between isolated experiments and a unified approach to modernization. Diverse teams converged, pooling their expertise to address practical challenges, optimize processes, and refine the technologies further. Their combined efforts brought a level of organization and precision that transformed experimental ideas into systems with the potential to reshape the urban landscape. The collaboration fostered an environment where creative solutions emerged from the interplay of distinct perspectives and skill sets, reinforcing the momentum of the overall initiative. The subsequent stage was characterized by a growing awareness of the broader implications of the new developments. As the innovations began to assert their presence, it became increasingly clear that their influence extended beyond the immediate technical sphere. Societal, economic, and regulatory dimensions came into sharper focus, demanding careful consideration and balanced judgment. Detailed studies and analytical reports emerged, scrutinizing every facet of the initiatives, from technical performance to ethical ramifications. This analytical phase brought forward a more nuanced understanding of the impact, setting the stage for the final adjustments needed before a full-scale rollout could be contemplated. Finally, as the integration of advanced systems matured and the collaborative framework solidified, the sequence of events reached a point of critical mass. The momentum generated by successive phases had coalesced into a decisive movement poised on the brink of significant transformation. In this culmination phase, incremental successes and measured advancements converged into a coherent strategy, one that promised to redefine established practices and set new standards for innovation. The culmination of these stages was not a single event, but rather a gradual transformation, where persistent experimentation, methodical refinement, and adaptive implementation all contributed to a reimagined future. Each phase in this progression built upon its predecessor, creating a dynamic continuum that moved from isolated ideas to structured, far-reaching developments. The journey from early experimentation through prototype refinement, integration, scaling, and collaborative synthesis illustrates the layered complexity of the unfolding transformation. Every stage brought its own challenges and breakthroughs, collectively charting a course that would forever alter the landscape. This systematic evolution captures the essence of the events, highlighting not only the technical and logistical milestones, but also the underlying spirit of relentless inquiry and measured ambition that defined this transformative era. In the midst of escalating tensions and mounting challenges, a singular decision emerged that would ultimately redefine the trajectory of the city's evolution. This watershed moment was not heralded by dramatic fanfare or widespread acclaim at the outset. Rather, it materialized as a quiet yet resolute convergence of pragmatic insight and visionary foresight. At a time when doubts had begun to overshadow initial enthusiasm, a group of leading figures from the heart of the innovation movement reached a consensus that signaled a definitive break from the established path. The decision centered on the adoption of a comprehensive system designed to integrate advanced technological solutions directly into the urban framework, a measure that promised to address long-standing inefficiencies and herald a new era of interconnected progress. This turning point was characterized by a level of strategic clarity that had been absent in previous initiatives. For years, fragmented efforts and incremental adjustments had failed to produce the transformative outcomes that many had hoped for. The newly proposed system, however, was conceived as a holistic answer to the persistent challenges of outdated infrastructure and disjointed operational practices. It involved the deployment of a networked array of technologies capable of synchronizing various municipal functions, from resource management to public safety, thereby creating a cohesive and adaptive ecosystem. In essence, the decision was to move away from piecemeal upgrades and toward a bold, integrated overhaul that could preemptively address the issues threatening the city's future. The formulation of this decision was itself a process marked by intense deliberation and rigorous analysis. Stakeholders from multiple domains, technical experts, urban planners, regulatory officials, and economic strategists engaged in a series of consultations designed to reconcile the demands of immediate practical needs with the long-term vision for modernization. These discussions were not without controversy. Considerable debate ensued over matters of feasibility, cost, and the potential risks of rapid change. Yet, amid the clamor of dissenting voices and cautious optimism, a core group of innovators remained steadfast in their conviction that the new system was indispensable. They argued that a comprehensive solution, though fraught with its own set of uncertainties, offered the only viable pathway to achieving a sustainable and dynamic urban environment. At the heart of the matter lay the decision to allocate critical resources toward the development and implementation of this integrated framework. The move was both technical and symbolic, a deliberate embrace of the transformative potential inherent in the convergence of modern technology and municipal governance. By committing to this course of action, the decision-makers effectively signaled their readiness to leave behind traditional incrementalism in favor of a revolutionary strategy. The plan was meticulously detailed, outlining a phased approach that would allow for iterative testing and gradual scaling, thereby mitigating risks while maximizing the prospects for long-term success. This blueprint for change was designed to be adaptive, capable of evolving in response to real-time feedback and emerging challenges, ensuring that the system could be continuously refined and optimized. The impact of this decision was immediate and far-reaching. In the days following its announcement, the city witnessed a palpable shift in the collective mindset of its inhabitants. What had once been a series of isolated projects now coalesced into a unified vision of progress. The decision catalyzed a reorganization of priorities across various sectors, as resources and attention were reallocated to support the ambitious initiative. It also prompted a reevaluation of existing protocols, with agencies and departments revising their strategies to align with the new integrated model. This rapid realignment was emblematic of a broader transformation, one that underscored the willingness of key players to embrace change even in the face of uncertainty. The decision did not come without its detractors, however. A contingent of voices remained skeptical, cautioning against the potential pitfalls of a sweeping overhaul. They warned that the rapid implementation of such an extensive system could lead to unforeseen complications, potentially undermining the very stability it sought to secure. Yet, these concerns were met with a countervailing argument that framed the risks as necessary steps in the pursuit of a more resilient and forward-looking urban structure. In the balance between caution and ambition, the decision-makers opted for a course that prioritized long-term benefits over short-term comfort, confident that the transformative power of the integrated system would ultimately justify the risks involved. In retrospect, this pivotal decision encapsulated the essence of a bold new era, a moment when determination and innovation triumphed over inertia and apprehension. It was a turning point that redefined not only the operational landscape of the city, but also its collective aspirations. The commitment to an integrated framework represented a decisive step toward harnessing the full potential of technological advancements, ensuring that the city's future would be built on a foundation of connectivity, efficiency, and adaptability. This singular event, marked by careful planning and resolute action, stands as a testament to the power of decisive leadership in times of profound uncertainty, illustrating how a well-conceived choice can set in motion a cascade of changes that ripple outward, forever altering the course of history. The immediate aftermath of the transformative initiative sent ripples through every facet of the broader universe, reshaping relationships and redefining established norms at a pace that left many both awed and unsettled. In the days following the implementation of the integrated system, subtle yet powerful shifts became apparent across various sectors. Communication networks, economic circuits, and even the underlying social structures began to respond in real time, reflecting the profound changes introduced by the bold act. No longer confined to isolated technical adjustments, the initiative resonated throughout the urban landscape, quickly extending its influence beyond the immediate vicinity and touching multiple layers of the societal fabric. Across sectors that had long operated independently, the new developments generated an unexpected synchronization of efforts. Systems that were once incompatible now found themselves operating in a unified manner, resulting in enhanced operational efficiency and the swift reallocation of resources to meet emerging demands. This newfound coherence brought with it a tangible reduction in delays and inefficiencies, as departments that had previously struggled to communicate began to share information seamlessly. The speed with which data, resources, and decision-making processes aligned produced an atmosphere of cautious optimism, suggesting that the changes were not merely superficial, but had the potential to reorient the city's fundamental dynamics. The shift also sparked an immediate recalibration of economic activities. Markets, which had traditionally been segmented and reactive, started to display signs of interconnectedness and adaptive resilience. Financial institutions, in response to the clearer visibility of system-wide trends, restructured their investment portfolios to favor projects that resonated with the new integrated approach. In parallel, small businesses and local enterprises experienced a revitalization as the streamlined processes allowed for more predictable supply chains and enhanced customer engagement. This economic readjustment, while not free of short-term turbulence, underscored the capacity of the system to attract renewed confidence from investors and market participants alike. On a societal level, the impact was equally profound. Public spaces, once characterized by a mix of uncertainty and routine, became arenas for dynamic exchanges of ideas and experiences. The rapid deployment of advanced systems sparked an immediate sense of empowerment among the citizenry, with community groups and local leaders stepping forward to explore the benefits of an interconnected urban environment. This mobilization of public sentiment was reflected in increased participation in civic discussions and forums as residents eagerly sought to understand and contribute to the unfolding transformation. The dialogue that emerged was vibrant and immediate, fostering a climate in which both hope and skepticism could coexist and catalyze further inquiry. Culturally, the rapid integration of new technologies generated a period of intense reflection and reinterpretation of long-held traditions. Artistic expressions and creative endeavors began to incorporate motifs of progress and renewal, mirroring the tangible changes in the cityscape. The immediacy of the impact was such that cultural institutions organized spontaneous exhibitions and performances that celebrated the fusion of modernity with historical identity. In this creative renaissance, the initiative served as both a muse and a challenge, prompting established artists and emerging talents to explore the interplay between legacy and innovation. The cultural sphere, in embracing the new reality, acted as a bridge between technical advancements and the human experience, ensuring that the transformation was experienced not only as a series of technical enhancements, but as a profound reimagining of life itself. The immediate effects were not limited to internal dynamics. They also reverberated outward, altering the city's relationships with its neighbors and broader networks. Diplomatic channels, trade partnerships, and even collaborative research projects experienced a swift realignment as external entities sought to understand and engage with the new system. International observers noted that the rapid transformation signaled a departure from previously entrenched methods, offering a glimpse into a future where interconnected urban systems could serve as models for progress. This external validation, although accompanied by cautious inquiry, further reinforced the significance of the changes and encouraged additional exchanges of knowledge and expertise across borders. In the realm of governance and policymaking, the initiative triggered a series of rapid responses designed to accommodate the new technological landscape. Regulatory frameworks were swiftly revisited, with decision-makers implementing provisional measures that reflected the immediate needs of a system in flux. This proactive stance, while necessitating ongoing adjustments, underscored a broader recognition that traditional bureaucratic processes had to evolve in step with emerging realities. The agile adaptation of policies demonstrated a commitment to ensuring that the benefits of the transformation were maximized while mitigating any potential disruptions. This recalibration of governance mechanisms set a precedent for future reforms, signaling an era where flexibility and responsiveness became as valued as stability. In essence, the immediate impact of the integrated initiative was both pervasive and multifaceted. It catalyzed a rapid reordering of priorities across technical, economic, social, cultural, and diplomatic domains, each reacting with its own unique energy to the new conditions. The swift emergence of interconnected operations and collaborative responses underscored the transformative power of the decision, leaving an indelible mark on the urban fabric. The cascade of changes that followed signified not only a technical evolution, but also a profound shift in how society envisioned its future, establishing a new baseline for innovation that resonated far beyond the immediate realm of the project. Within the rich tapestry of discussions surrounding Viktor's legacy, several distinctive elements continue to captivate the imagination of the fan community. One of the most intriguing aspects is the fusion of man and machine that defines his ideology. Fans often debate the delicate balance between organic intuition and mechanical precision, a balance that Viktor's work epitomizes. His relentless drive to merge human ingenuity with technological advancement not only revolutionized his field, but also sparked an enduring dialogue about what it means to be truly human in an age of accelerating progress. This intersection of flesh and circuitry raises questions about identity, purpose, and the ethical boundaries of enhancement, topics that persistently fuel spirited discussions in online forums and at conventions alike. Another facet that draws considerable attention is the aesthetic and thematic depth embedded in his designs. Viktor's creations are not merely functional, they possess a haunting beauty that echoes the struggle between tradition and modernity. His work is characterized by sleek, angular forms juxtaposed with intricate, almost organic detailing, a visual metaphor for the merger of nature and machine. Enthusiasts dissect every nuance of his design language, from the interplay of light and shadow in his laboratory settings to the intricate patterns that suggest a hidden order within chaos. These elements are celebrated for their capacity to evoke a sense of wonder and melancholy, reminding fans that progress often comes at a profound personal and societal cost. The philosophical underpinnings of Viktor's vision also occupy a central place in fan discussions. His belief that technological progress is an inevitable, even necessary force for societal evolution resonates with many, yet it also invites critical scrutiny. Some argue that his unwavering commitment to progress, regardless of the ethical or emotional implications, is a double-edged sword. This duality, where the promise of a brighter future is inextricably linked to the sacrifices demanded by radical change, has led to ongoing debates about the true nature of innovation. The community frequently revisits the notion that Viktor's vision challenges us to reconsider the very foundations of progress, questioning whether the relentless pursuit of improvement might ultimately erode the qualities that define our humanity. In addition, the narrative surrounding Viktor has given rise to a number of speculative theories and alternative interpretations. Fans are drawn to exploring the what-if scenarios that stem from his almost mythic endeavor to save Piltover. Some speculate on the lost opportunities and paths not taken, pondering whether a different set of choices might have led to an entirely alternate future. These musings are often accompanied by detailed analyses of his methods, the timing of his decisions, and the ripple effects that followed. This theoretical playground has become a hallmark of the community's engagement, where every new piece of lore or snippet of dialogue is examined for potential clues about underlying themes and hidden meanings. Beyond the conceptual, the technical prowess demonstrated in Viktor's work is a constant source of admiration. His approach to integrating disparate systems into a cohesive whole is often compared to the process of orchestrating a complex symphony, where each component must harmonize with the others to create something transcendent. This metaphor resonates with those who see his legacy as a blueprint for overcoming fragmentation in an increasingly interconnected world. The community finds inspiration in the intricate engineering solutions he developed, which are often discussed as both art and science, a testament to the power of creative problem-solving in the face of seemingly insurmountable obstacles. The impact of his work on cultural and societal paradigms is another rich vein of conversation. Viktor's initiatives, controversial as they may be, have become a symbol of the tension between progress and preservation. His endeavors provoke reflections on how technology can be both a tool for liberation and a mechanism of control, a dichotomy that remains as relevant today as it was during his era. Fans frequently draw parallels between his story and current debates about the role of technology in society, using his narrative as a framework to explore contemporary issues such as automation, privacy, and the ethics of artificial intelligence. This alignment of historical narrative with modern concerns adds a layer of immediacy and relevance to his legacy. Moreover, the personal cost embedded in Viktor's journey is a recurring theme that has deeply affected his portrayal in popular discourse. His willingness to sacrifice personal well-being for the sake of a larger vision has painted him as both a hero and a tragic figure. This complexity gives rise to a rich emotional landscape in fan art, literature, and discussions, where admiration for his visionary intellect is tempered by sorrow for the loneliness and isolation that his path necessitated. The personal struggles inherent in his character serve as a poignant reminder that the pursuit of greatness often demands a heavy toll, a narrative that continues to inspire empathy and introspection among followers. Finally, the legacy of Viktor's almost salvific efforts invites a broader reflection on the nature of change itself. His work has become emblematic of the idea that even the most well-intentioned efforts to reform can produce unpredictable outcomes. The community often highlights this paradox, emphasizing that his story is not simply one of success or failure, but rather a complex interplay of hope, ambition, and unforeseen consequences. This ongoing discourse encourages fans to look beyond binary interpretations of progress, instead embracing a more nuanced understanding of transformation as a process replete with challenges and unexpected turns. In sum, the unique aspects associated with Viktor's legacy continue to captivate and challenge, serving as fertile ground for debate, inspiration, and creative exploration. His integration of technology with human aspiration, his distinctive design ethos, the philosophical questions his vision raises, and the profound personal sacrifices he endured are all elements that ensure his narrative remains as compelling as it is enigmatic. Through these facets, his story endures as a powerful symbol of the intricate dance between innovation and tradition, a legacy that remains a cornerstone of community discussion and a timeless source of inspiration. In the landscape shaped by revolutionary ideas and bold initiatives, several remarkable individuals stand out for their distinctive qualities and contributions. At the heart of this narrative is Viktor himself, a man driven by an insatiable hunger for innovation and transformation. His vision is characterized by an unwavering focus on progress, a brilliant mind capable of dissecting even the most complex challenges, and an almost obsessive commitment to perfecting his work. His strength lies in his ability to conceptualize futuristic systems that push the boundaries of conventional wisdom. However, this same intensity sometimes isolates him from his peers, as his relentless pursuit of technological advancement overshadows the more nuanced human elements of empathy and collaboration. This duality, where genius and isolation coexist, forms the core of his enduring legacy and fuels many of the debates among fans regarding the true cost of radical progress. Complementing Viktor's singular drive is a pragmatic idealist who has earned a reputation for balancing the scales between technological innovation and civic responsibility. This individual is less consumed by personal ambition and more dedicated to the public good, advocating for change that is both progressive and measured. Their approach is rooted in a deep respect for established traditions while remaining open to transformative ideas. They display a keen understanding of the limitations inherent in rapid change and consistently stress the importance of incremental, sustainable reform. Their greatest strength is the ability to serve as a bridge between radical experimentation and practical implementation. Yet this same caution can render them inflexible at times, as an overly conservative outlook may hinder the swift adoption of pioneering solutions that demand bold action. Another influential figure is an articulate and impassioned critic who consistently voices concerns about the ethical ramifications of unbridled innovation. Known for their unwavering commitment to humanistic values and cultural continuity, this personality champions the preservation of societal norms in the face of disruptive technological change. Their insights into historical patterns and the potential pitfalls of rapid transformation provide a necessary counterbalance to unchecked ambition. The critic's eloquence and depth of knowledge inspire respect, yet their steadfast resistance to change sometimes borders on rigidity, causing them to reject even well-considered improvements out of a deep-seated fear of losing irreplaceable traditions. This tension between preservation and progress is a recurring theme in discussions about the true nature of advancement. Adding a dynamic layer to the narrative is a visionary collaborator whose creative ingenuity and artistic sensibility complement the clinical precision of technological innovation. This individual approaches problems with an intuitive flair that merges art with engineering, finding inspiration in the interplay between beauty and function. Their work is characterized by a delicate balance of creativity and practicality, resulting in prototypes that not only work efficiently, but also evoke a profound aesthetic appeal. They excel in translating abstract ideas into tangible manifestations, thereby humanizing the often cold realm of technical design. However, their imaginative approach can sometimes clash with the rigid demands of large-scale projects, as creative risks do not always align with the cautious steps required for mass implementation. This creative tension highlights the ongoing dialogue within the community about the ideal integration of artistic expression and utilitarian necessity. A seasoned mentor also plays a critical role in this multifaceted ecosystem, offering wisdom born of years of experience with technological revolutions and societal shifts. This individual has witnessed the rise and fall of countless innovations and is acutely aware of the intricate balance between ambition and practicality. Their guidance is marked by a commitment to nurturing emerging talent and fostering an environment where diverse perspectives converge toward a common goal. Their strength is their ability to see the larger picture, connecting seemingly disparate ideas into a cohesive strategy. Despite this, their long-held views can sometimes limit their willingness to embrace radically new approaches, leading to occasional friction with more forward-thinking members of the community who demand faster, bolder changes. Among the cadre of influential figures, a charismatic reformer also emerges, a person known for their relentless dedication to social equity and community empowerment. Their mission is to ensure that every technological advancement brings tangible benefits to the populace, not just to a select few. With a persuasive presence and an ability to galvanize public support, this reformer champions inclusivity and fairness, pushing for reforms that integrate social welfare with cutting-edge innovation. Their capacity to inspire and mobilize communities is one of their greatest assets, yet it is tempered by an impatience that sometimes leads to conflicts with more methodical planners. Their fervor, while infectious, can also result in hasty decisions that overlook critical details necessary for sustainable progress. Another noteworthy personality is a technical savant whose expertise in complex systems is matched only by their passion for precision and efficiency. This individual is often the architect behind the intricate mechanisms that power new technologies, possessing a rare ability to optimize performance under even the most challenging conditions. Their contributions are indispensable in translating visionary concepts into operational models that demonstrate tangible results. Their meticulous nature ensures that every component is scrutinized and refined to perfection. Nonetheless, their focus on technical excellence occasionally comes at the expense of broader strategic insight, as the nuances of human interaction and societal impact can be overlooked in favor of engineering perfection. This specialization fuels a continuous conversation within the community about the importance of balancing technical rigor with holistic vision. Finally, there exists a discreet yet pivotal mediator whose role, though less conspicuous, is fundamental in maintaining harmony among the divergent voices within the movement. This individual possesses an exceptional ability to understand and reconcile differing perspectives, often serving as a conduit for dialogue between conflicting factions. Their calm demeanor and diplomatic acumen allow them to de-escalate tensions and foster an environment of mutual respect and cooperation. The mediator's strength lies in their capacity to transform discord into productive discussions, ensuring that even the most contentious debates can yield constructive outcomes. However, their aversion to confrontation sometimes renders them indecisive, particularly when strong. Immediate action is necessary to counter rapidly evolving challenges. Together, these personalities form a vibrant mosaic of talent, vision, and conflicting ideologies, a microcosm of the broader debate on progress and preservation. Each individual, with their unique strengths and vulnerabilities, contributes to a dynamic narrative that not only shapes the fate of the city, but also challenges the community to reflect on the true nature of advancement. Their interactions, marked by collaboration, conflict, and mutual influence, encapsulate the essence of a transformative era defined by the interplay of genius, caution, creativity, and conviction. The enduring legacy of this remarkable group is a testament to the complexity of change and the perpetual human quest to reconcile innovation with the timeless values that bind society together. Among the many mysteries that continue to spark debate within the community, several unresolved questions and theories stand out, inviting passionate discussion and endless speculation. One prominent area of intrigue revolves around the origin of Viktor's most radical ideas. Despite extensive analysis, many still wonder how he arrived at his unique vision of progress. Was it the result of years of silent observation and study of forgotten techniques, or did an unexpected revelation alter the course of his thinking? This question fuels countless discussions, with some speculating that his insights were derived from esoteric sources, possibly hidden texts, or even clandestine experiments whose details have been lost to time. The possibility that there was a moment of profound personal epiphany remains a topic of enduring debate, one that underscores the enigmatic nature of his intellectual journey. Another contentious theory pertains to the true extent of the technological advancements he pursued. While his contributions are widely acknowledged as groundbreaking, there is ongoing speculation regarding the limitations of his innovations. Some enthusiasts propose that there were hidden components or secret experiments embedded within his projects that have never been fully disclosed. The notion that Viktor may have deliberately left behind a trail of cryptic clues, a legacy intended for future generations to unravel, continues to resonate with those who are eager to uncover the full scope of his work. These theories suggest that beneath the surface of his public achievements lay a wealth of undisclosed research, each piece potentially holding the key to a more comprehensive understanding of his ambitions. Equally captivating are the unresolved questions surrounding the ethical and philosophical dimensions of his work. Critics and supporters alike have long debated whether his drive for innovation came at an unacceptable moral cost. Did his relentless pursuit of progress compromise essential human values, or was it a necessary sacrifice for the greater good? This moral quandary remains unresolved, with various interpretations vying for dominance in discussions. Some argue that his methods represented an inevitable clash between humanism and the cold logic of technological advancement, while others maintain that his actions, regardless of their consequences, were an essential part of a broader evolutionary process. The persistent tension between these views has left a lingering uncertainty about the true legacy of his approach to change. The community has also been captivated by conjectures regarding the potential alternate outcomes that might have emerged had different decisions been made at critical junctures in his career. The what-if scenarios are diverse, ranging from a future where his innovations had been embraced fully by society to another where his radical ideas were completely stifled, leaving a void in the progression of urban transformation. These counterfactual narratives challenge adherents to re-examine the interplay between personal ambition and collective will, raising questions about fate, chance, and the role of individual agency in the march of progress. The debate over what might have been not only reflects on Viktor's legacy, but also serves as a broader commentary on the nature of change itself. Furthermore, there is a persistent mystery regarding the interplay between his personal life and his professional achievements. Despite extensive records and accounts, details about his private motivations, emotional struggles, and moments of vulnerability remain shrouded in ambiguity. Some theorists suggest that his personal sacrifices were far more profound than publicly acknowledged, hinting at a hidden narrative of inner conflict and isolation that may have influenced the trajectory of his work. This aspect of his life, often overshadowed by his technical prowess, continues to intrigue those who seek to understand the human cost of revolutionary change. The unanswered questions about his inner world have given rise to a rich tapestry of interpretations, each attempting to reconcile the man with the myth. A further layer of complexity is added by the unresolved nature of some of his final projects. Certain elements of his work, which were expected to revolutionize various aspects of urban life, have disappeared or remain incomplete, leaving a void that many view as one of his greatest legacies. Theories abound as to whether these projects were intentionally left unfinished as a form of protest, a safeguard against potential misuse, or simply due to unforeseen complications that even his genius could not surmount. This ambiguity regarding the fate of his most ambitious endeavors continues to be a fertile ground for debate, with enthusiasts dissecting every surviving detail in search of hidden meanings or forgotten instructions that might illuminate his ultimate intentions. Lastly, there exists a recurring hypothesis that his contributions were part of a larger, interconnected network of ideas and experiments that spanned beyond the confines of Piltover. Some suggest that his work was influenced by, or even collaborated with, other clandestine figures whose identities remain unknown. This theory, supported by sporadic references and ambiguous historical records, proposes that Viktor was one node in an expansive web of visionary thought, each member of which contributed to a shared, albeit fragmented, vision of the future. The implications of such a network, if proven true, could radically alter the way his achievements are perceived, framing them as part of a collective endeavor rather than the solitary pursuits of a single man. These unresolved questions and theories not only add layers of depth to the narrative of Viktor's life and work, but also serve as a catalyst for ongoing exploration and discussion. Each mystery, from the origins of his revolutionary ideas to the fate of his unfinished projects, challenges the community to look beyond the surface and engage with the complexities inherent in the pursuit of progress. The debates continue to evolve, with every new piece of evidence and interpretation sparking fresh discussions that ensure Viktor's legacy remains a vibrant and dynamic subject of inquiry. Over time, the ripples set in motion by Viktor's radical vision have begun to redefine not only a single city, but also the broader framework of technological evolution and societal order. In the long run, the transformative ideas he championed are poised to alter the very fabric of urban life, influencing everything from governance and cultural expression to economic models and human relationships with technology. The consequences of his near-salvific endeavor have gradually expanded beyond the initial spark of innovation, affecting the universe in ways that promise both bright horizons and formidable challenges. One of the most significant long-term effects is the reconfiguration of urban infrastructure. Viktor's pioneering approach to integrating advanced technologies into daily life has led to a paradigm shift in how cities are built and maintained. Over the years, urban planning has embraced a more holistic method that interweaves digital intelligence with physical architecture, aiming to create adaptive and resilient environments. This shift, while opening up opportunities for unprecedented efficiency and enhanced quality of life, also poses the risk of creating overly complex systems that may be vulnerable to unforeseen disruptions. As the legacy of his ideas permeates modern design, future cities are likely to become interconnected networks where every component, from transportation systems to public utilities, is synchronized through intelligent platforms. This evolution holds the promise of a more responsive and sustainable urban ecosystem, yet it may also bring challenges related to cybersecurity and systemic fragility. Beyond the physical realm, Viktor's influence extends into the realm of governance and social structure. His relentless pursuit of progress has inspired new models of leadership that blend technocratic expertise with democratic accountability. In the coming decades, policymakers and civic leaders may increasingly adopt data-driven decision-making processes, where algorithms and real-time analytics inform public policy. Such a shift could lead to more efficient allocation of resources and greater transparency in governance. However, the reliance on automated systems also raises concerns about privacy, potential bias in algorithmic judgments, and the erosion of traditional forms of community engagement. As society navigates these uncertainties, the long-term impact of his vision will likely hinge on the delicate balance between technological control and human oversight, a balance that future generations will have to continually negotiate. Culturally, the long-lasting effects of Viktor's legacy are already reshaping the narrative of progress and the human condition. His ideas have sparked an enduring dialogue about the nature of innovation and the costs associated with radical change. Artistic communities and cultural institutions have found in his story a source of inspiration, prompting creative works that question and celebrate the intersection of technology and humanity. Over time, these expressions are expected to influence educational curricula and public discourse, embedding the themes of ethical responsibility and visionary ambition into the collective consciousness. While this cultural shift has the potential to foster a more enlightened society, it may also provoke generational divides as traditionalists grapple with the rapid pace of technological transformation. Economically, the models introduced through Viktor's work have spurred a wave of entrepreneurial endeavors that seek to capitalize on the integration of advanced systems. Investors and innovators are now more inclined to support projects that promise a fusion of efficiency, connectivity, and sustainability. This influx of resources is catalyzing the growth of new industries, further accelerating the adoption of transformative technologies. However, as economic power becomes increasingly concentrated in sectors driven by technological expertise, there is a risk of deepening inequality and social stratification. The challenge for future economies will be to ensure that the benefits of innovation are equitably distributed, avoiding the pitfalls of a system where progress comes at the expense of marginalized communities. On a broader cosmic scale, Viktor's contributions have ignited discussions about the evolution of knowledge and the interplay between human creativity and machine logic. His legacy serves as a cautionary tale and a beacon of possibility, prompting scientists, philosophers, and futurists to rethink the trajectory of technological progress. As new frontiers in artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and quantum computing emerge, his work is likely to be revisited as both a historical milestone and a guiding blueprint. The ongoing exploration of these frontiers will test the durability of his ideas, forcing future generations to grapple with the ethical dilemmas and practical challenges that accompany groundbreaking innovations. The long-term implications of his near salvation of Piltover also extend to the very notion of progress itself. Viktor's journey has instilled a critical awareness that every technological leap is accompanied by both opportunity and risk. This awareness may ultimately lead to the development of more robust frameworks for managing change, where experimentation is balanced by foresight and ethical deliberation. As society becomes more adept at anticipating and mitigating the unintended consequences of rapid innovation, the future could witness a more harmonious integration of technology with human values. Yet, if these challenges are not met with careful planning and inclusive dialogue, there is the potential for adverse outcomes that could compromise the integrity of social institutions and the stability of daily life. In essence, the enduring significance of Viktor's contributions lies in the complex interplay of hope and hazard they embody. His legacy is a living narrative that continues to evolve, inviting continuous reflection and adaptation. Whether the long-term effects will be predominantly positive or negative remains an open question, contingent upon the collective choices made by future generations. The ideas he set in motion have the power to transform urban landscapes, redefine governance, inspire cultural rebirth, and stimulate economic innovation. However, they also carry the weight of potential risks that demand vigilant oversight, ethical consideration, and an unwavering commitment to ensuring that the march toward progress does not trample the very human qualities it seeks to enhance. As the universe moves forward into an era increasingly defined by technological marvels and complex interdependencies, Viktor's near salvation of Piltover stands as a pivotal moment in the long narrative of human ingenuity. His vision, with its blend of ambition and caution, will continue to influence the trajectory of society, serving as both a source of inspiration and a reminder of the delicate balance that must be maintained between advancement and preservation. The future, replete with possibilities and uncertainties, will undoubtedly be shaped by the ongoing dialogue between innovation and tradition, a dialogue that Viktor's legacy has indelibly enriched.